this not if Green Bay is Green Bay. I mean, if Jordan Love is J-Lo rather than J-No, then Green Bay will win this game. You know you want to laugh, Greg.
I want to laugh at you.
Yeah, but he's not doing it out of respect.
No, but look, if Green Bay plays its game, Green Bay should beat the Niners without Brock Purdy. All right, now, I think San Francisco could beat some teams without Purdy. You know, they couldn't make a playoff run over the whole course of the season, but I mean, we've seen backups win games before. Last year, Jake Browning in Cincinnati had a better record and even statistics than Joe Burrow. He was 4-3.
I get yelled.
Burrow was 5-5. I'm just saying, like
Brock Purdy was a backup who got the Niners to the NFC. I mean, I'm just saying, like he was a third-string quarterback.
But yeah, I mean,
it did happen.
Also, Tom Brady.
I mean, we've seen That's very true. So yeah, they could win a couple. I would be shocked if they beat Green Bay just because Green Bay's got a lot to play for and Green Bay is very talented. And so, but no, I don't think if Purdy's out, I don't think they win.
Yeah, no, they're not winning without Brock Purdy. He's been the one constant that has been a bright spot for them. If you're looking for any type of bright spot on that team, it's been Brock Purdy. And so if he's not in the lineup, think about what he's been doing without CMC, throwing the ball down the field, without Brandon Ayuk, without Debo at times. Like, he's had to endure all these non-Avengers being available. He's been the one that we've looked at and kind of discredited, at least on this side of the table to a degree.
I think properly credited. I think we
properly credited. Okay, properly credited.
Played fine.
But we've never classified him as one of the most important Avengers, if not the most important Avenger. And I think right now, keeping that team, they wouldn't be anywhere close to what they are right now, and they're not anything special right now if Brock Purdy weren't playing. So no, they're not winning. Look, I know how you feel about them.
Hold on. First of all, in order to be an Avenger, you need to be an All-Pro at some point in your career.
And
not yet an Avenger.
We shouldn't be using the word Avengers.
Okay, for the record,
I mean, really,
we weren't. I created that. I
know, but you shouldn't.
I get to use that to create the definition.
Then we just gonna throw it at everybody.
Anybody that's been an All-Pro, I'm
no. You called Jawan Jennings an Avenger.
No, I did not.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And you started talking about Jordan Mason like he was one.
I did not call.
We'll check the tape. Dust, get on that.
I did not do that. Jordan Mason's your guy that you like.
No, he was playing well.
So first of all, I would like to give credit where it's due, because later in the show, I'm sure Daniel Jones is going to come up. People are going to throw tomatoes at Greg. This is just a continuation of Greg's prescient prediction that the Niners' health luck was going to catch up to them, and it could be a season from hell. Sure. That is true. The team that you had them missing the playoffs,
I did.
I think someone at this table had them winning the Super Bowl.
No, I did not.
What?
I think they were your
Niners over Dolphins with Patrick Mahomes winning the Super Bowl MVP was your
Patrick Mahomes winning the Super Bowl, obviously.
Well, you picked Niners over Dolphins. You did it.
I was the one and Drew,
guy.
The Niners were your backup Super Bowl pick.
But I don't need the backup.
But
what was your Super Bowl pick?
What? The Chiefs to win the third straight.
No, or to get to the Super Bowl.
Against the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
So right now, by the way, but regardless, I just would like to have a thought exercise, if we may.
This is great for podcasts.
No, it's not for podcasts. I'm just asking a question.
Okay.
What if the Niners play Brandon Allen and do win?
Ooh. Can I answer that, teacher? So what?
Okay.
I just told you. No, I want you to listen, and listen good. I just told you. Last year, Jake Browning was 4-3 with the Bengals. Joe Burrow was 5-5 with the Bengals. Jake Browning had a better pass completion percentage, a better passer rating, a better touchdown percentage than Joe Burrow.
Okay.
Did it mean a thing?
Well,
no.
Hold on.
Cooper Rush was 4-1 in 2022 with the Cowboys. Did it mean a thing?
Malik Willis, undefeated.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ryan Fitzpatrick has his moments. You know, Joshua Dobbs, who is a backup for the Niners, we saw him play pretty well in Minnesota.
Yeah, okay, all right.
So I'm just saying, I mean,
so that's
you're talking
the
about
answer.
one game versus
guys,
what's Purdy done it for? 30 games?
I'm not talking about anything. I asked a question. Wild said it'd be good for a podcast. Seemed to be pretty good for the TV show because Brew freaked out on me. I'm just asking. If Brandon Allen goes out there and plays, And his, which Brew, the new stat Brew loves this year, is air yards per completion.
That's good.
If Brandon Allen is chucking it downfield, and if all of a sudden the Niners offense looks pretty similar, will that at all be a data point in our ongoing discussion of, is Brock Purdy a bus driver or a bus rider? It won't be.
No.
Okay, so
one iota.
why? So now,
Nick Mullins, C.J. Beathard.
No, because those guys.
Trey Lance.
I told you,
hold on.
Hobbs.
Wait, hold
We're
on.
gonna get to the C.J.
No,
Beathard part.
the
Trey Lance,
the Trey
who
Lance
you
thing
once
we can
loved.
discuss. The Trey Lance thing we can discuss.
Yeah, how'd he play there?
Hold on. The Nick Mullins, C.J. Beathard thing, I don't, because it wasn't this team. It was not this collection of players.
Oh, but
So
a
it's
lot
not.
of them were there. Kittle was there.
He's
A lot of
literally
other
the
guys
only
were
one.
there.
Literally, no, none of the others.
They were 1-5
But
when Jimmy Garoppolo got there, and then they won, or 1-10.
1-10,
and then they won 5 straight. So
But
I'm
that was
just saying,
your old Jimmy Garoppolo.
the player
argument.
made
We don't
a
talk about
difference.
Jimmy Garoppolo so much anymore.
Well, you brought him up yesterday.
And so
a lot.
I'm just asking, if
had
Brandon
that
Allen
belt.
goes out there and looks good, will it mean anything? Your guys' answer is no. My
Not
answer
over
is a
one
little
game.
something.
I mean, it'd have to be a stretch.
A little something.
Long stretch.
And so, and where I disagree with you, Greg, is that I don't. Yes, they are certainly. If Brock Purdy were not there and just generic backup quarterback were in there, they'd be worse. Like every team in the league would be worse if their starter was out and a backup were in there. But if Brock Purdy weren't in there and a guy that everyone thinks is middle of the road, if Baker Mayfield or I'm trying to
no, we can't do
Yeah,
Baker.
Baker's
Okay,
good.
all right, that's fine. All right, so that okay, so let's take Baker out. Who's the dead middle of the road quarterback this year? Kirk Cousins? I don't know, like whoever you think is like the dead league average.
Oddly, I think like Daniel Jones.
No, Daniel Jones just got cut.
I know.
I mean,
so Nick,
that's
what I would say is
like,
Brock
what would
Purdy
they be 5-5, or would they if they had just? I wish
You
I had the
need a
name of the
team.
person.
Gino would be a good
Sure, Gino. If they had
preference.
Gino, would their record be different? And the answer, in my opinion, is no.
Well,
I don't think it'd be better. I
But
don't
that's
think it'd
not
be
all
worse.
on the quarterback either.
It's not.
Right.
No, but when Greg says, like, he's the thing that's held it together, my point is I disagree with that. I think, yes, if they had to start Brandon Allen all year, they would be worse
when
than
I
that.
when I talk about him holding it together, I don't think that they would have been competitive in some of these games
Right.
that they were competitive in. But because of Brock Purdy and the way he's played without these guys, they have been in these games, and he has walked off the field with the lead.
Can I show you something? This is what's going to happen in the game if Brock doesn't play, so you're setting yourself up for a big W here.
What do you mean?
This is everybody who's run on the Packers. They allow you to run the ball. So if CMC can be, a little bit CMC-ish, he should be able to run the ball. If Jordan Love throws an interception, which he seems to be quite fond of, all of a sudden, the 49ers will win the game, oddly, Brew, and put Brock in better playoff position. But
Also, Brock might play.
I don't think he's going to, but maybe. Yeah,
I think he will.
Oh, you think he's going to?
I think he will.
Okay. But Nick is setting himself up for a huge
I'm not
game.
setting myself
remember,
up for anything.
Bosa's
I'm
might be out,
just
too.
asking questions.
Nick,
I'm just trying to
but
find
here's the thing:
out.
if
That's
they
the worst.
win, I mean, one game doesn't mean much. If a backup went on a 9-game stretch and played really well, then you got something to talk about.
I agree.
But one game,
yeah,
I mean,
like if a guy who we all think's a backup quarterback had taken this team to a Super Bowl and an NFC Championship game, that might mean something. That might mean something.
AFC, the NFC champion.
Yeah, if a guy that we all know is a backup took this team to the Super Bowl and an NFC Championship game.
Brock is
Jimmy
Garoppolo?
Garoppolo. Yeah,
Oh,
Jimmy
okay.
Garoppolo.
The one that Bill Belichick loved.
That one.
The one to replace with Tom
that
Brady?
one. That
The
one.
one that.
It's been great at. Mahomes has the best record after a loss. Lamar has the second best. Also, shout out to Danny White sitting in there.
Yeah, look at him.
All of us.
Danny White.
He's great. Brewer, you're expecting a bounce-back game from Lamar here.
I am. I think it's going to be a tough one. I think the Chargers are good, but I'm expecting a bounce back. I'm not expecting like a 4-touchdown because I think it's going to be a big Derrick Henry game. Ooh. I think Lamar will play great and win because we know Lamar teams that aren't used to him struggle with him. Overall, we know, he's got a 73% win percentage. NFC's 23-1, 96%. AFC North, 19-12. That's 61%. All other teams, 46-16, 80%. So I think teams that aren't familiar with him are going to have a tough time with him.
Can I throw a wrench in that? Just because
Well, the
stay tuned.
Chiefs.
This might be my
Chiefs
upset alert.
Oh.
The Chargers are just chock full of former Ravens players and coordinators. So I think they are pretty familiar with Lamar.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But I still think Lamar is going to play well against him. But I think it's a Derrick Henry game. Because I think they go out there ready to – Henry hasn't had 70 yards in the last 2 games. Not combined in each game. So I think – and all the criticism, I think they're going to go out there thinking, let's establish Henry and get him going. So I think Lamar will play well. But I think Henry will be the big key.
Listen, I think Lamar 100% will bounce back game. I think Lamar will be great. And this is a Monday night game. Tuesday, it'll be, did Lamar get back in the MVP conversation? And we'll get on that same hamster wheel. I don't think this will be a huge Derrick Henry game. I think Jim Harbaugh is going, the whole culture he has established and is trying to establish with the Chargers is they are the bullies. They are the bigger, tougher, more physical team. Mm-hmm. I think they are going to sell out to stop Derrick Henry. It's going to fall on Lamar's shoulders, and this is the exact type of game Lamar absolutely cooks. So I think Lamar will be excellent in this game, and I think the Ravens will win because of it. And so, this is – and by the way, I'm very happy. I don't know if you were on Breakfast Ball for this segment, but I'm no longer the Lamar Jackson public enemy number 1. Not since Danny Parkins this morning didn't have Lamar in his top 5 quarterbacks and had Justin Herbert 3 in the league.
Yeah, he did.
Justin, it went Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert. A day after he compared him to Peyton Manning. So all those Ravens people that be DMing to Wildes is go after Danny, not me. Burrow was 4, Matt Stafford was 5. Yeah. I think
enough with the Stafford. My gosh.
Some people like Super Bowls. But regardless, listen, I think Lamar will be excellent. Did you say Jaquiski Tartt?
Jaquiski Tartt.
I think Lamar will be excellent, and the one spot I think you can. The Chargers defense has been great this year, averaging 15 points per game.
Excellent.
But I think over the top you can get them. And I think the Ravens' speed at the receiver position could hurt them in this game.
Yeah, so I do think he bounces back, but I'm with Brew on this. I don't necessarily think it's a big Derrick Henry game. I just think that they won't abandon the run. They will stick with it and allow him to be a part of what they're doing to open things up for Lamar. But Lamar is going to throw the ball around on the Chargers. That's their weakest spot in the secondary, and that's where obviously John Harbaugh and this offense, that's what they want to do. They want to throw the ball down the field, get the ball into their playmakers' hands. So I think
don't you think there is going to the Ravens, for good or for bad, sometimes really do have narrative-based game plans.
Yes.
And they're up against a team that Greg Roman is now with. And Lamar was not sad to see Greg Roman go, and it's like Todd Monken's
they are
gonna
very
let
much
me,
the narrative.
Right. It wasn't going to let me show I can be a passer. I feel like this is a game where Lamar's going to be a passer. And by the way, I think he's going to be good at it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.